Morning guys, we're still doing some basic thoughts around John 15 before we start John's Gospel next series. And this coming Sunday we're starting a new series in the online teaching for 3 weeks, just thinking about the key things that we believe, called This We Believe, and Dan's kicking that off this Sunday. So if you remember John 15, 1 to 17, these are the questions I ask you to think about. What is God saying to you through this passage? What is he asking of you? And how can you bless someone with what he's asking you to do? And I don't mean next week. I mean, how about doing it today? So let's press pause and just read those scriptures before we continue. Pause. Hope you've done that, had time to read those scriptures through. A lot of people talk about having a life verse, and I want to just read to you some verses that I would call, for me, life verses. They're from this passage, John chapter 15, verse 15. I no longer do call you servants, for a servant does not know what his master is doing. But I have called you friends, for all that I have heard from my Father, I have made known to you. You did not choose me, but I chose you and appointed you that you should go and bear fruit that will last. So that whatever you ask the Father in my name, he will give to you. That's the consequence of abiding. But when I was 19, I got the job I'd wanted to do for 3 or 4 years. It was to work at a special needs school. I'd done my training for it and I'd got the job I wanted. And it meant I was residential for part of the week. So I had a kind of bed sit, kitchen, bathroom on the same floor that the children slept on. And it was 4 to 5 years of a very special time in my life. And I thought, I'm here. This is what I want to do. This is what God's want me to do. So at the start of my first morning in the school, I knelt by my bed and prayed and just gave my life to Jesus. Again, really. Do you do that quite often? You need to, really. I do. And this verse came to me. You did not choose me. I chose you and appointed you to bear fruit that will last. And at that very point, God told me I was going to be leaving that school. Now, it was years later before I did, but I thought God was having a joke. What are you on about, Lord? I've been waiting 3 or 4 years to get this job. I finally get it. And on the first day, you tell me I'm not staying. Well, the truth is, our home is in heaven. That's where we will eternally stay. And that he's appointed us. And that appointing means sometimes we move situations or we move physical location. But I keep those verses close to me because I don't know about you. I need to know that God is for me and that he's going to work through me and that he chose me. I didn't choose him. I did in a way as well. But he chose me a long time before that. So what's your life verse? Maybe have a think about that. I'd love to hear what you think those verses are. And let's just remember, we are the church that is supposed to be in the vine. Because without him, we can do nothing. So live and abide, Lighthouse, in your eternal Saviour, who calls you chosen and calls you so that you could be fruitful. Because if we're not bearing fruit, what are we about? Eh? Take care. God bless.